Jedi Knight Dean has long wanted to study the Force, but try as he might, he has been unable to move anything with this mysterious power. Until one day, he found guidance from the three very special Force Masters.
Why, oh why won't the Force do what I want it to do? I've practiced reaching dramatically with my arm every day. I've even watched all the Star Wars movies back to back, multiple times. I just seem unable to understand what is the Force? Wait, is that a master over there? Excuse me?
Yes, young Padawan. How can I help?
Can you teach me the ways of the Force, Master?
Why, of course. Which Force do you want to learn about?
Wait, you mean there's more than one?
For example, did you know that every type of Force is actually either a push or a pull? And that most of us use these forces every single day.
What? Every day?
Of course. For example, when you push open a door, or push a book across a table, or push a chair in at school. Then we also pull a lid off a pen, pull our shoelaces tight, pull a top on over our heads. We are pushing and pulling constantly.
That's amazing. I'm a Force Master and I didn't even know it.
Wait, you can't be the Master until you know everything about forces.
Who are you?
I am Master Sarah, and I know everything about visible and invisible forces surrounding us.
This is spooky. There are invisible forces?
Well, firstly, there are visible forces like friction. They occur when you move around either on the ground or when you walk, when you fly through the air, and even when you move through water. These type of frictions slow you down and are called resistance.
So every time I move, I'm actually creating friction. How powerful I've become with the Force.
And you are producing heat with friction. Where there is friction, heat is always produced.
Heat? Like fireballs?
Well, not usually that hot, but it would depend on the surface and the speed you are traveling at. For example, meteors that hit the air around the planet Earth begin to burn like friction.
That is powerful. But what about the invisible forces?
I'm glad you asked.
Whoa! Where did that voice come from?
Well, an invisible Force Master should not be seen or felt, just like the two invisible forces.
That makes total sense. So if I cannot see or feel an invisible force, why should I care about them? What's the big deal?
The big deal? Why? Without the invisible forces, you would be in all sorts of trouble. Firstly, gravity is a force that begins acting as soon as something with mass comes along. That something could be as small as a paperclip, or as large as planet Earth, or even as large as the sun. When something with mass comes along, it begins to pull at the other smaller things with mass. For example, the planets are pulled by the sun so they can orbit or circle around the sun. The Earth takes 1 year to travel around the sun. Likewise, you and I and everyone are pulled towards the Earth because of its size and mass. Without this gravity, we would be floating around everywhere all the time.
That's impressive. So, gravity is so powerful it holds the whole universe together, even us in it.
Yes, but even though gravity seems to be everywhere all the time, it isn't actually so powerful. You can defeat gravity just by jumping up in the air. Well, for a second or two, until gravity pulls you back down again.
And you mentioned another invisible force. Is it more powerful?
It's always power with you, isn't it? Well, magnetism is more powerful, but it does not reach quite as far as gravity. For one thing, magnetism only acts on iron metals, and it both pushes and pulls depending on which side or pole a magnet is facing.
Wait. The Earth has a north and south pole too.
Yes, that's because the Earth is one giant magnet. It has a core of iron So the magnetic field that the Earth produces protects our atmosphere and all the things living on Earth from harmful radiation and invisible cosmic rays.
Whoa, okay. All these forces are amazing and help us out in so many ways. I am not sure which is the most powerful.
They are all powerful in different ways, even the forces you can produce with your own body. To be a true master, you must learn them all.
I have so much to learn. Please teach me more, Masters.
Jedi Knight Dean spent many years learning from Master Sitki, Master Nazarana and Master Sarah, without realising that most grade 4 students on planet Earth master the forces of the universe at a very, very young age.